are live.
We are alive.
Yes.
We are alive.
We're here.
And we have Ken. It's been a while since the three of us have been together.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
seems like it.
It was, I think, before monkeypox.
Oh boy, that was a while ago too.
Is that how we're marking time now?
Yeah.
Well,
That's-
seems consistent.
Let's see,
That's
if
what we
use
did with
abbreviations, it would be BM. I don't know.
No.
That doesn't work very well,
No,
does
it
it?
does
No.
not.
Before
Well,
monkeypox.
that doesn't work very well. I don't think, at all, so.
It would be BMP, maybe.
BMP.
That's not any better, is it?
Probably not. Probably not.
Well, moving along.
Okay. Should we start with the trivia?
I think we should start with the trivia.
Just
What do you
kick the
think?
show off
You know,
here.
that's always
So,
the best place to start.
It is.
It's
it
important, too.
is.
Uh-oh.
We lost you, Ken.
We did.
Ken's gone.
Ken is gone. All right.
Okay.
I didn't last very long.
Is it saying something, Ken, that you're already offline? Not sure what that means.
Ken's
but-
battery has died, y'all,
Yeah.
so we're
But
working
Michelle
on
is
that.
getting him. Michelle's getting him fixed up really quick here.
All right. Well, Lisa, while Michelle's getting the battery fixed, why don't we go ahead and do the trivia?
Yes, we're gonna go slow because Michelle has to answer the phone as well as change the battery. So she's multitasking right now.
So, the trivia question for
Oh.
today.
And the trivia today is actually not from Dick Witt because I thought he needs a chance to participate in this.
He does?
He does.
Okay.
Because they also used to like to
Win.
answer the trivia question.
To win.
So today, the question is from Michelle.
What?
Yes.
Is it a trick
Yes.
question?
No, it's a good question. Okay, and of course, the winner today will get a bottle of wine.
Yes.
What do we have?
We have a Cabernet Sauvignon. That's a really good wine right there.
Do you remember when your mic went off?
I do remember
There
that.
might have been a reason. I don't know.
Yeah, Ken, just so you know, your mic is working again.
This is Josh Sellers Cabernet. I love that Cabernet.
I'm sure it's a good one. So you're going to call Michelle, and she is free now. So we can proceed with the question. And her number is 336-389-4103. We also have several audience members, so if you have your phone with you today, you can call in as well. I see one person has their phone ready to go, so good luck. Oh, we have 3 phones ready to go. Good luck today. The question is, when did construction of the Empire State Building begin? When did construction of the Empire State Building begin? Okay, the phone line is open.
You know, this reminds me is I'm going to get some new Cabernets in my kitchen.
Yeah, you need some new Cabernets.
I do. Mine kind of worn out.
Need some new ones.
All right, well, while we're waiting for someone to call up and win that nice bottle of the Cabernet.
Oh,
Oh, we have a winner maybe from the audience?
go ahead, go on over and talk to her.
Yeah,
Yep,
that would be
Yep.
that would be the first.
yeah,
Yeah,
it'd be just like a phone call.
yeah. Oh, I hear a
the
phone
first
ringing,
one.
too. All right. So I think we're going to talk a little bit about COVID, right? Just
Yes.
You know, it's one of our favorite subjects.
It
We
is.
love talking about COVID here.
It is,
You
yep.
know, just about as much as we like talking about
Monkeypox.
right?
Yeah.
So, so COVID. So, you know, there's some good news with some of the other news that's out there. You know, the hospitalizations in the state have gone up a little bit from the weekly average this past several weeks. The average for the week is 1,322 for this past week, which seems like a lot, but you know, when it compared to what it was in the high in February, which was 5,049, it's not so bad. So, and we know that, right? We know that that COVID, the Omicron Part 5, B5 is the main, BA5 is the new strain out there, or the main strain. And about 70% of the cases now are coming from that strain, that BA5. So, but it's not, you know, it's as contagious as it is, it's not still sending a lot of people, fortunately, to the hospital. And so that's really good. And that's been our experiences here as well. Let's see, I also noticed that even though North Carolina is up in cases over the last couple of weeks, that actually the U.S., the case rate has fallen over the last couple of weeks. So hopefully we'll start following suit with that and start coming down the other way as well. What I thought was really the good news was that, we're seeing more and more of Pfizer, and I think Moderna is also working on a vaccine for us that would not only cover the original coronavirus and the Delta, but also would help to protect us against the Omicron, especially the BA4 and the BA5, which are the strains that are out there right now. So, I keep seeing in the news that they're hoping for a September or October delivery on those booster shots. And so that could be really good timing, I think, if we can get that to work. So I'm hoping that's all going to work out so that those booster shots could help give us some protection against the BA5, which honestly, I don't know that the current shots are doing a whole lot to keep us from getting BA5 right now. It might be helping us as far as not going to the hospital, which I think is the benefit of having the booster shots, but it's not keeping us keeping us from getting it. So kind of hoping, and maybe I'm putting too much into it, but I'm kind of hoping a new booster will have a little bit more protection for us from actually getting the Omicron. So I guess we'll have to see. And then just talking about here, Lisa, we actually have seen a little bit of a falling back, meaning we haven't had as much of the positives in the last couple weeks. It's kind of started to slow down a little bit. Matter of fact, I haven't seen anybody come up on the independent living side this week that has got it, which is good. We did have a resident in healthcare center in Wingfoot that got tested positive, but we also know that a family member was positive with them, so we think that that's probably where that came from. We did have, I guess we ought to go ahead and mention this. We did have one department here that has had a little bit of an outbreak. We've got 3 or 4 staff members out and our maintenance team right now. So our maintenance team is working a little short and just kind of covering the more
Definitely the
urgent
needs.
issues, not really covering anything else at this point. It's kind of funny, kind of not, but Kevin Essick is off this week, and I said, you picked a heck of a week to be off, with 3 or 4 of your guys being out with COVID right now. But Philip's doing a good job kind of running the department, and so they're handling things as we need to, and we're handling all the emergency stuff. So, if you need something from maintenance, just be aware that we're a little short-staffed right now.
That explains why I got the call about the stopped-up toilet.
Yeah. Yeah, we decided to pass all the stuff that's over to you, Ken. We know you're a pro at those.
I mean, it's kind of in the same category.
So just be understanding of that, please. But really, up until that, we had really been doing pretty good here in the last week or so. So, hopefully we're seeing a little bit of that downward trend. I think really people just don't know where this thing's going to go anymore. I mean, it's all over the place. And if you look at across the sea, Japan is up, but most of the rest of Europe and all is down as far as the cases go. And so, who knows where this is really going to go? That's why maybe I'm hoping that this new booster shot will really have a nice big difference in helping us with this. And we said this all along. I really do believe this is going to be the case one day. This is going to end up being like the flu. We're probably just going to be getting a flu shot every year, a booster shot. That'll take care of COVID. And I really do think we're kind of heading in that direction, just how long it takes us to get there. So, but we're going to keep working through it, and we've been managing it. We've been going through this now for several months, so it makes it a little hard on the staff, and we have staff members that go out because they have to go out for at least a week, if not longer. So that makes it a little bit hard to cover for folks. Especially since we're already a little short in some areas as it is. So, it gets a little bit dicey with trying to make sure we get all of our areas covered. So, as residents, I would just ask you to be understanding of that. We may be on the fly having to make some changes based upon our staffing levels. We might be changing hours. We might be closing down a dining area for a little while or whatever. We're just going to have to do what we have to do to be able to make things go here. So, but I don't want to upset anybody because the flip side of that is I know of so many other places that would kill to have the staffing that we have here. We've got great staffing, we've got good people, and we've got a good bit of staff. We're still short in some areas, but we've made some inroads in that. We
did.
We had, gosh, how many people we hired in the last 2 weeks?
Well, we just had orientation this week, and we had 23 new employees.
Yeah.
So if you saw a big group gathering in the lobby today and on Monday, that was them.
Yep.
So that was a good
We had
shot in the arm for
We had
us.
a big group last week that actually started with us as well. So, we've hired quite a few folks. We just got to get them acclimated and oriented, which
right.
takes a few weeks to be able to
It
do that.
does, yep.
They can't just start and go right to work. We actually have to get them trained up, and
Right,
so that takes
right.
a little bit of time and effort. But we had some real success, didn't we, with the nursing side, Lisa?
We did.
I don't think we've mentioned this on the show, have we? Did
I think we mentioned we entertained folks.
Yeah.
and
So we have a company that's here that does training to get people who are interested in becoming nurses to get to be LPNs, licensed practical nurses. And they had a graduation, what was that, about 2.5 weeks ago, maybe?
Yep.
2 weeks ago,
Yep.
2.5 weeks ago. And so Lisa and I got a chance to go over and do some mock interviews with them. We interviewed 10, hoping that we could get 1 or 2 to maybe be interested in coming over. And these are new nurses, so we'd have to really do a long orientation process. But we got a chance to be able to interview 10 of them. We were hoping, like we said, we'd like 2 of them or 3 of them. But we liked all 10. I mean, we loved all 10 of them. We were like, Lisa, we got a problem. We like all 10 of them. So we invited all 10 to come back and have a chance to interview on campus. And we kind of rolled out the red carpet for them a little bit. We took them up to Wingfoot. we took them to Wingfoot too, but we took them up to the clubhouse, and we had a chance to have lunch with them.
Showed them our great community.
Showed them the great community,
Yep.
showed them around a little bit. And we were very pleased that, first of all, 8 of the 10 said they would come for a second interview, which was great. And then we hired all 8 of them. So that was great. So we had
Where I come from, they call that a slam dunk.
slam dunk, yeah.
Yeah.
So we actually ended up with another one that we did interview that tagged along with the 8 that decided to come, and she joined us too. So we actually got 9 in total.
And
So that was great.
Some are full-time, some part-time, and
That's
some
right.
as needed, PRN.
Yep.
So it
6
gives
of
us a
them are
little
full-time and 3
variety
of them
there.
are going to be part-time
Yep.
PRN type thing. But we're very excited. Half of them started, or
In orientation
7
this
of them
week.
started on Monday, and another 2
Two more-
started today.
yeah, 2 more today.
So it's really good. So we got some, and I kind of like that. We've got folks that we're going to be able to train up into the positions.
Right.
And especially on the nursing side, because of our setup there, since we have like a mini DON and a mini administrator running each of our households, we have that extra nursing presence there. We really can do a good job of helping new nurses kind of really get their feet underneath them and help them
And
out.
learn the River Landing way.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So we're, that was a real,
Yeah.
that was a home run, right? That was really, like you said, that was a slam dunk. But we're still looking for people,
Right.
We've got some dining folks that we're still
Right.
looking
Focusing
for.
on cooks
Yeah.
and servers. You all know the students are going back to college, so I know you've started to see them leave,
They've
but
got-
they'll come back again for breaks and summers
Yeah.
next year. But that does leave us a few months out of the year that we need to find others. So you'll start to see some new faces. And what I love about our community is that you all show kindness and grace to the new folks. You know, a lot of the younger folks, this is their first job. So they're learning just how to be in a workplace.
Yes.
But what better place to be than to be here? Our students get to learn how to form relationships. They don't do that as much anymore. People are on their phones, or
Yeah, this is what they usually do.
that's how they talk to people.
I don't know if you all have ever seen a party with a bunch of teenagers before, but they all sit there and they're actually just talking to each
texting
other on
each
their
other.
phone. They don't actually talk to each other. They sit there and talk to each other through texting on their
true.
phone. It just
It's
cracks me
true.
up. But
Yeah.
So
this
it-
is a good
it's
place.
a great training ground
Yes,
for
it
that,
is for them to learn customer service and relationship skills.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty neat. So, and some of the folks that are leaving us are not all going to leave us permanent, meaning that I know you had said that they're going to come back on breaks, but even a couple of them are going to still be able to come every once in a while, even during the semester, because they're going to be going to school here. So, so yeah, so it's just, you know, staffing is just an issue right now, and it's not just here. It is everywhere. If you can't even go down, drive along in the store and not see our help wanted ads. So, so you know, we're doing our best to battle that as best we can. And so, you know, we get pockets every once in a while where we get need, and so cooks and servers are the big need right now.
Right.
You know, we just took care of hopefully our nursing, and you know, CNAs, always CNAs, we're always looking for CNAs. Even with our class, we still are looking for extra CNAs beyond that. So it's just an interesting world out there. You know, I've been employed long enough to know what it was like 15, 20, 25 years ago, and things are not the same way as it was back then. Things are not even the same way as what it was pre-COVID. You know, there just was a lot of people that were more willing to work. They were willing to work our schedule, not their schedule.
More the
And so
traditional.
that's one of the bigger things, the challenges we have, is trying to get people willing to work the schedules we want them to work, not just want to work when they want to do.
Right. So we've had to get very creative
Yeah, we
and
have.
think out of the box.
Yeah, that's correct.
And it may take more people to cover the schedule.
Right.
Because one person may not work the 5 days like the traditional work week. They may pick a couple days here and there. So it just takes more people to put that puzzle together.
Yeah, and that's really what it is. It's a big old jigsaw puzzle.
It is, yes.
How many of those
Yep.
puzzle tables have we moved into our office, Lisa, that we're trying to work with now? So we can,
We need a lot right now.
yeah. You know, I mentioned this to somebody else. They said, you know, what do you do all day, Tom? Because we don't ever see you working. And I say, I said, the funny thing is, and obviously I know they were somewhat kidding. At least I think they were. I tell them though, used to be my job was probably about 60% staffing and, or staff-related issues, and then the rest of it was, talking with residents, helping residents through issues, working with the board, all the different kinds of things, kind of looking to what our strategic planning was and all that. Almost 95% of my time now is we spend on staffing. I mean, that's what we do.
Yep.
And we even got extra help with that, and we're still spending a ton of time on staffing, so.
Yeah, it takes all of us. I mean,
It does,
it's definitely.
it's taking all
yeah.
of us to
You
be
can't
creative.
lay that on one person to manage it anymore.
Even like this ECPI, you and I went
Right,
and
right.
interviewed so that we could
And
try
we were the
and-
B team, so.
Yeah, we were the B team, right? Yeah, that's a funny story because we weren't supposed to go, right?
We weren't.
We had 3 other people that were going to go ahead of us, and none of the 3 could actually make it. And so they were looking around the room going, okay, well, who can go in our place? And so Lisa and I are like raising our hand, and they're like, anyone else? Is
Anyone?
there anyone else that can go? So, but we nailed it, didn't
But
we,
we-
Lisa?
we did good.
We nailed it, so anyway. Okay, what else do we want to talk about,
Well, and I
Lisa?
think along the lines of that, you all know we changed the Wayfarer days, so now we're Monday through Friday, and part of that is related to cooks on the weekends and things like that. So we've had to make some changes there for now. Also, the new menu's going on, so I hope you all have tried that or have reservations for that. That's the barbecue menu, so it looks amazing. They had our favorite on there, Tom Brisket.
Oh, I love that
Yeah,
brisket.
I know. It looked really good.
How many of our studios like the brisket?
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
all right,
See?
at least 2 of you do. Okay, that's good, all right.
And we have some audience members going tonight.
Okay,
So,
good, yeah,
yep.
good.
So enjoy it for us too.
Love the brisket.
The Water's Edge, we are going to be trying a buffet menu on Saturday nights, once again, trying to help with some of our staffing
Yeah,
challenges right now. But I've actually had several folks saying, well, it's something different to try. So
Yeah.
we'll try this out for a little bit. We do have some sad news to talk about in our dining department.
yeah, I think he's told about half the
He has.
population already, so.
We were going to wait till
I'm not so
today
sure
to
it's a
share
big
with
surprise,
everybody,
but-
but I think some folks already know. Unfortunately, James Galena has given his notice here, so he is looking for new opportunities, and he's still going to stay on here PRN, which means as we need him and we can consult with him and things like that. But it was time for some new challenges.
Yeah, and he's not even gonna really he's gonna stay in the food industry, it looks like, but not
Yeah.
in the capacity he's been
Right,
doing.
right.
I think
More
he's
of a
more
sales,
of a sales job.
sales
I think.
perspective.
So,
Right.
just go figure. James doing sales. I don't know about the rest of you. I just don't see him being successful at that. I'm sure he'll be great at it.
Yeah.
He'll be living high off the hog here before
Yep.
long. 'Cause I think what is that old saying? He could sell snow to an Eskimo, right? Isn't that?
Yeah.
I think James could probably do that. To be
Yeah.
honest with you.
Yeah. So he'll be great at that.
So sad news, obviously. We love
Yeah,
James,
yeah.
and he loves us.
He
This is
does.
not a.
He loves our
This isn't
community.
anything personal. This is just
No.
honestly. This is a little bit of COVID, I think, and a little bit of staffing challenges, and he's just. I think he's just burnt out.
Yeah.
And quite honestly,
yep,
he needs a
change.
change. And so,
So we have started the look
yeah.
for the new executive chef. So
But we're keeping that door slightly open for him so that if he ever decides to come back someday, because
Yep,
we'd love to
yep.
have him in some capacity. So the search is on for a
it
new
is.
James.
Yes.
And
yes.
so I know Joseph and team are doing that right now.
Yeah,
So,
I've done many interviews already, so that's good.
yeah,
We will find that right person.
we will.
Okay, let's see, some fun things coming up. We have the annual silent auction, so we're at this time of year where we start this. So the first part of it is the online silent auction. Can we talk about it,
Yeah,
Ken?
yeah, I think so.
Okay,
Just
okay,
probably should whisper.
okay, because it's silent.
It's a silent auction.
It's a silent auction, but not really. So the
That would be a
online,
quiet auction.
That's true.
No, it's really a silent auction.
so the online part actually starts next Tuesday at 8 a.m. So you will see in your boxes today information related to how you get on to that online auction part. So if you can access that, it's through 32 auction site, and you'll have an actual address that you would log into. If you have not participated in it before, you will have to set up an account to do that, but it's very easy to do. Last year, we had over 100 members here that were signed in and looking at items online, so that I thought was pretty good.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the items on there, keep this in mind, are buy it now. So you can actually buy the item right then, be done with it, and not have to be bidding on it. So it saves you a little time. If you see something that you really want, I would do the buy it now.
Would you?
Yes.
You would really do the buy it now?
I
Lisa?
actually did a lot of buy it nows last year. I think I had a whole trunk full. So,
And it's still in her trunk, y'all. I mean, it's
no, it's not. It's all in the house now. Yep. Oh, so that part's a lot of fun, and that goes through that next Tuesday, which I believe is the 23rd. So that runs a whole week, and you'll also see throughout that week, we keep adding items to it. So right now, I think we have a little over 160 items, and as the week goes, though, we get other donations in, so we just keep adding them. So you may look at it day one, you're gonna wanna come back. So it's something you do wanna keep checking every day. And then, the items that have not been bought now or are still being bid on the online part, you will see them at the live auction, which is Thursday, the 25th. And they will be right here spread throughout the room. We usually have a nice showing that day too of items. And there'll be new items just for that day as well. So there will be some surprise items that were not on the online part because we also want you to come to the live auction. In addition to the auction, we have the bake sale, which
Yeah.
was the biggest one last year. We
Yeah.
had our best success ever.
Yeah.
And that's because of all of you making baked goods. They were amazing.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
So we'll need your help again with that. And we also have a barbecue special that day. And that barbecue special, for $5, you get a barbecue plate with the sides, a drink, and dessert. You really can't beat it.
No, you can't.
So you could even take it home if you wanted to save it for evening.
Now, we
So-
might have missed the boat, I just realized this,
Okay.
because the Wayfarer has barbecue in it, right?
Well, we did notice that. But this is cheaper and special.
Oh, it's cheaper, okay, that's what it is. It's cheaper barbecue, that's what we're
it's
looking
cheaper.
for. We're looking for cheaper barbecue than what's in the Wayfarer.
It's a special because all the proceeds,
Yes.
Yes.
okay, all
And
the
that's
proceeds.
that's the main thing,
That's
right?
the special
It doesn't
part.
matter whether or not it's barbecue or not,
That's right, because all the proceeds, typically, we do our silent auctions for the meal packaging events. But with our last two reverse raffles and other donations we've collected, we are able to do it for a new project this year. So we are actually doing it. I have some information on it because I thought this was pretty neat. We are doing it for Habitat for Humanity has an opportunity for our community called Operation Playhouse. So the proceeds from the silent auction will help us purchase the building supplies to build the playhouses to benefit local veterans and military families and their children. So children of veterans are often left with one-parent household and have to cope with feelings of loss and uncertainty. The playhouses provide a special place for family members to bond, play, dream, and think. It is a home of their own. Depending on how much we raise at the auction, the online part and the live one will determine how many playhouses we can pay for and build.
Yeah.
So we purchase the building supplies from Habitat, and they're gonna bring everything out here to our community, and with our residents and staff together, we are gonna build those playhouses. They bring the tools and everything.
Oh, nice.
So this is pretty exciting. We like to be able to partner with different places, and this is a new project for us.
Yeah, and a
So-
worthwhile one.
Absolutely.
I think the playhouses will be
Yeah,
fun.
to be able to support veteran families and children like that, I think this was a pretty neat project to
Yeah.
try.
Well, and it's a lot, in some ways, it's a lot like the meal packaging, you know, we buy
It
the
is.
supplies.
We do.
And then
I
we
guess
put
we
all the
like
meals
buying the
together, right?
supplies and
Today,
putting it
this time
together.
just buying the building supplies.
It
and then
is.
We're all putting down together
Right,
the
right.
playhouses, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So after the silent auction, we'll know more of how many of those playhouses we can put together here.
Yeah.
So
Do we want-
Excellent.
Do we know how much each playhouse costs? I think that's,
I don't remember the exact price of
25
it.
I think it was $2,500.
It's expensive.
Yeah, they're not
it's-
cheap.
They're not cheap.
but I imagine
So-
they're pretty elaborate, which would be
Right,
kind of nice,
right.
so. So I think each playhouse is $2,500 each, so.
Yeah.
And we're hoping that we'll raise enough money to do 3 or 4 of
Yeah,
them, right?
yep,
I think that's the
yep.
whole, that's the whole.
Yep, absolutely.
that.
That'd be great.
Okay.
Excellent.
Yes.
Habitat's a great organization.
It is a great
It
organization,
is.
yeah.
Okay,
Oh, yeah, we ready for some
we're ready for
funnies?
Ken.
Ready for
Yes.
some funnies? We've got some
Let's
funnies.
do some funnies.
How about this one? I want my children to have all the things I couldn't afford. Then I'll move in with them.
That's good. Oh,
Okay.
Doesn't
is your
work?
battery dead too?
What now? Oh, now it is.
There you go.
That'll make a difference, won't it?
Oh, there we go.
We celebrated last night with a couple of adult beverages, Metamucil and Ensure.
Oh. Ken.
I like this one. Banana bread. Follow me for more recipes. If you can't tell, that's a banana inside a hot dog bun.
That's cute.
That is banana bread.
Yeah, it is.
You gotta say.
It works.
Yep. If I was Snow White, you'd never be able to kill me with an apple. You'd have to poison an eclair or something. Here's a question for the mind readers out there. Ew, I like that. A little delayed reaction, that's okay. So when you're cooking and the recipe says chill in the fridge for 1 hour. I'd never thought of that. I may try that.
That's pretty cool.
Celery, when you have that sudden urge to bite into water with hair in it. Someone doesn't have a high estimation of celery, is what
No,
I'm
apparently
thinking.
not.
Yeah.
Isn't that why people put peanut butter on
Yeah,
it?
it is, absolutely.
Right?
Just found out the company that produces yardsticks won't be making them any longer.
Any longer. Yeah, that's pretty bad, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it is,
I
it
heard,
is.
I heard a groan.
It's a
from
groaner.
the audience in
That's
that
a
one.
groaner. Your secrets are safe with me because there is a good chance I was not listening. Okay. The fitness trainer asked me, what kind of squat are you accustomed to doing? I said, diddly. He probably needed a trainer, is what I'm guessing.
Probably.
Yep. When y'all see me in my swimsuit, mind your business. I thought we were going to die the past 3 years, so I've been snacking. Whenever I'm with my family and someone says, wow, you have a beautiful family, I reply, well, we left the ugly ones at home.
That wouldn't be good if you actually did leave somebody
It
home,
wouldn't.
right?
It wouldn't be. Yeah. It wouldn't be. Yeah. When you ask what I'm doing today and I say nothing, it does not mean I'm free. It means I'm doing nothing. Just to clarify.
Okay.
Just to clarify.
Whatever nothing is, right?
Yeah. Remember that phone?
Yep.
At least you always knew where it was. You never lost it. I mean, it
true.
was always on your wall.
You're
That is
right.
a true statement.
Yes.
The reason Mayberry was so peaceful and quiet was because nobody was married. Andy, Aunt Bee, Barney, Floyd, Howard, Goober, Gomer, Sam, Ernest T. Bass, Helen, Thelma Lou, Clara, and of course Opie were all single. The only married person was Otis, and he stayed drunk.
That is a true statement.
It is,
Wow.
but sadly it is.
Somebody thought of that one.
Wow.
I think I know at least a couple of people that are married that don't drink heavily. So
At least
I
a
think
few,
it is
right?
possible. Yeah.
Oh.
Whoops! I've got to go back. Don't tell secrets in the garden. The potatoes have eyes, the corn has ears, and the beans talk.
That's cute.
That's cute.
Yeah. Now, this one's going to be hard to read, so you'll have to just listen. It says, my memory is so terrible that I had to change my password to incorrect. Now I get a reminder, your password is incorrect every time I enter it wrong.
That's actually very clever.
It
I
is
like
very
that one.
clever. Yeah, your password is correct. Oh, yeah. And this says, well played, Target. It's a Jaws shirt, and the mannequin's missing an arm. That's pretty clever.
Yeah, it is.
And our last cartoon.
Very good.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, those are great.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that
that's
was
good.
That was good.
Yep.
That was good. You know, Ken, before we close off, you want to talk a couple seconds about, and I know we have to do the trivia and all too, but about your daughter and the jersey
Oh,
thing?
yeah.
'Cause I think that's happened in the last couple of weeks, right?
Yes, it did. Yeah. We gathered together on that Wednesday when she was here, and of course she didn't know about the jersey,
Yeah.
but she was herself.
Aw.
She is very comfortable in front of people.
Wow.
Yeah, just doesn't get nervous about anything.
Yeah.
And so she talked a little bit about her experience. We showed the video of her race,
Okay.
and people got to meet with her. Then we presented her jersey, and of course she was really surprised
Aw.
and stuff, and she put it on for us. And she was wearing her medal, her gold medal. And so people got to come up, and then we took a big group picture up here, and she took some individual pictures. So she felt like a star.
That's
Aw.
awesome.
And of course she is.
She is a star.
Absolutely.
Yes. Yeah.
Yep.
So it was so great. So she loves it here.
Yeah.
Very
She
cool.
really loves it here.
That's awesome.
And I was telling Cindy the other day, I said, what other job could I possibly have where my daughter would be supported like that
Yeah.
than this one? What other place?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it was wonderful.
That's
It was
really
Very
priceless.
cool.
Priceless.
Very cool.
You know, you and I both had something special with our daughters, because my daughter got married not this past Saturday, but the Saturday before, and it was funny because on Friday night at the rehearsal dinner, and everybody kept asking me, "Are you going to get emotional on Saturday? You know, at the wedding?" And I'm like, "No, you know, I'm not going to get emotional. Of course not." Well, you know, I got to the church, and I didn't have one foot in that church, and I started crying right away. I was like, "We haven't even walked down the aisle yet." I'm already crying, right?
I was fine until my daughter gave me the credit card back.
It's funny how those kinds of
Yes.
events, especially if you're a father of a daughter and and they get
Yeah.
married, you know what I'm talking about. I think
Yep.
almost every guy probably goes through that, but.
Yeah.
You know, of course, I'm crying down the aisle, and my wife's crying when she sees us, and my son, who's one of the groomsmen, he's looking at us, and he cried through the entire ceremony because he saw looking at us crying. So, you know, it's like, oh my gosh, you know, it's a good thing the pastor wasn't looking at us or anyone else, because you might have had everybody crying in there, but it's those special moments, like you said, with your
Absolutely.
daughters that just
Yeah.
really
Priceless.
cool in it, really priceless.
Priceless.
So.
Yep.
Yeah, and I agree with you. I'm so glad that she got a chance to be so supported by.
Yeah.
You know, we have great residents here. We have great staff here. Just,
Absolutely.
you know, it's a little piece of heaven here. I've always felt that way. I tell you, I don't know, Lisa, I'm sure you guys probably feel the same way. I don't have any problem getting in the morning and coming into work because to me it's, yes, it's work, but it's also, it's like being with a family and we just do things together. We solve problems that come up and we just do our best to try and kind of all live peacefully and happily. And, you know, I almost feel like we've got this like dome over top of River Landing sometimes, you know, where we just kind of, everything that happens here kind of, you know, so different than what happens outside of our walls, right? And I know it's not perfect here, but it's, you know, what was that show? It was kind of like the Truman Show. Do you remember that with
Yes.
Jim Carrey?
Yeah.
You know, where
Yes.
everything was kind of orchestrated underneath the dome. He didn't even know that he was, you know, his whole life was on TV and he didn't even know it. And obviously our lives aren't on TV here, but the dome thing kind of reminds me of that a little bit. We just kind of feel like it's just a different place here. And yeah, I hope we never lose that. I mean, that to me is one of the special things about our community is the friendliness of our residents, the friendliness of our staff, and just, you know, just a really cool place to be.
Absolutely.
So.
Good.
Okay, do we have a trivia winner?
We have two winners.
What? How'd that happen?
We have an audience winner.
Yeah.
And we have a phone-in
I can
winner.
break this in half.
Well, we're going to give this
I
one to
can
the
break
audience
a
winner.
cabernet.
And we'll get another one for the phone winner.
Okay.
So the TV Land winner.
All right.
So the question was,
When was the first National Hot Dog Day? Oh, no, that's, Lisa, that's the wrong one.
it's okay. It's okay.
When did the construction
When
on
did
the, yeah.
construction of the Empire State Building begin? So the answer is March 17th, 1930. It was intended to be the world's first 100-plus story building. Construction of the Empire State Building began on March 17th, 1930, and construction was completed in a record-breaking 1 year and 45 days.
Wow.
What do you think about that?
That's amazing.
That is amazing.
Especially back in
Yes.
1930, right?
Yes. So Michelle, that was a great trivia question, so thank you. And because of this, like I said, two winners.
Yeah.
The first winner
Yeah.
in the audience here,
Yeah.
Barbara Curran. Thank
Okay.
you, Barbara, for supporting us here. She may share some of this with you all, but I doubt
She may
it.
not.
I think it's going home with her. And the second winner from in TV Land,
No.
yes it is.
No.
It's Dick Witt. I told you he wanted to play.
Yeah.
It was time to throw out a new trivia question so he could play. So congratulations. We'll get another bottle up to you. Hopefully it's the same kind. What kind, Ken?
It's a cabernet.
It's a Cabernet. So we'll have something like this coming your way. Oh. Oh. So
This,
very good.
this cabernet does not need to be renovated, though. It's fine just like it is.
Good,
Yep.
good.
And Ken, I understand you know Josh, is that right?
Yeah, Josh,
Yeah.
yeah. Josh Groban. This is Josh Sellers. No, I don't know him.
You know him?
Oh, are you intimately acquainted with him?
Okay.
Oh, I love it.
Very good.
Well, Lisa, I think that's about it for,
It is.
yeah, we got done a little earlier
Yep, we
today.
did good.
Which is good, you know? I'm seeing some yawns coming up from the TV audience. It's probably a good thing that we're ending early a little today, so. No, you know, it's always great to be up here and talking through things and, you know, it's got the heat of the summer going on right now. Although I saw the weather forecast for the next few days. 84
weekend looks
tomorrow,
better.
81,
Yes.
82, I think, on Saturday and
Yes,
Sunday.
looks good.
So I think it's going to be, you know, a little bit of
Right.
a break from
Give us
that
a little break.
90-some degree weather. And
Yeah.
so hope you all have a great weekend. Stay safe out there. We love you. We'll see you. What is it? When's our next one, Lisa? A couple weeks?
Couple weeks.
Couple
Yep.
weeks we'll have another
Yep.
show and we'll talk some more. But we love you all very much. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you have a great afternoon. Bye.